Welcome to Late Night Stocks. I had a lot of questions about Micron Technology, Nvidia and AMD. Can Micron Technology continue this bullish run? Recent correction in AMD and Nvidia stock is buy the dip opportunity? In this video we will have a look at the latest news about these stocks and then decide together whether these stocks are buy or sell. At the end of the November, S&P 500 had a correction around 5-6%. Everybody was waiting for it. Then S&P 500 hit 4,500 on the 1st of December. After that we had a huge recovery and now we are back to levels around this mid-November. It's been a month now that we are in the same levels. In general, market is struggling whether it should go down or up. One of the main reasons is the Fed policy. As you know, recently we had two main economic announcements, one regarding inflation and other one is unemployment numbers. Inflation numbers was as expected, but unemployment numbers were very low. We already know that Jerome Powell said inflation is not transitory, so these two latest data, inflation and unemployment, will give the Fed the courage to taper faster and increase more rates in the future. So these macroeconomic news worried the market, but what about the specific stocks like Micron Technology, Nvidia and AMD? Let's start with Micron Technology. Micron Technology is now at $85 stock price and $95 billion market cap. Micron stock was in a bearish trend since April 5th for 6 months. Then Micron stock hit the low around $67 mid-October. Then we had a huge bullish run and we are back to $85. Now everybody is asking, should I sell now or wait for $100 stock price? Is Micron stock ready to soar? Micron stock has lagged its peers in 2021 while its Q4 sales and earnings exceeded analyst estimates. Weaker than expected Q1 guidance remains a drag. But what about now? Micron's soft Q1 guidance reflects supply shortages. Weakness in DRAM prices is a concern. During the Q4 conference call, management stated that bit shipments will decline modestly in both DRAM and NAND from very strong levels. They said that there is a shortage in non-memory components. However, Micron expects its bit shipment growth to improve in the second half of 2022. CEO of Micron expects to deliver solid revenues and profitability in 2022 and benefit from secular trends like the deployment of 5G networks, data center growth, and broad integration of AI. So we have mixed feelings about Micron. Although they deliver really good numbers, the future 2022 is a little bit concerning regarding growth. If we have a look at the balance sheet and financials of the company, they have $8 billion cash and positive cash flow. Regarding the valuation, their trading PE ratio is 16 and forward PE ratio is under 10. So in general, it looks really undervalued. However, due to lack of growth in the future and low gross profit margins, investors are not so bullish on Micron Technology. Here you see the revenues of the Micron Technology over the years. As you see, we have a revenue growth over the years. However, the profitability, the operating margins are going down due to cyclic effect of semiconductors. As it is mentioned in their investor call, they saw the peak on Q4 2021. However, the first part of 2022 is looking weak, but we are expecting a recovery in the second half of 2022. The average Micron price target of $97 implies 15% upside potential from these current levels. When we have a look at the stock price, we are stuck at $85 for 2 weeks. Looks like stock price is struggling with this $85 resistance level. In my opinion, next week is really critical. If we can manage to break this resistance, then we can go up to $97, even $100. However, closures below $85 and below this 8 days moving average can bring the stock price back to $80. In general, I'm still bullish on Micron Technology, but if the stock price hits this $100 or $95, I would take my profits. I also wonder what you think about Micron Technology, and let me know in the comments down below what is your price target, would you buy or sell from here? Let's continue with AMD stock. AMD stock is now at $138 and $160 billion market cap. In general, this year was really good for AMD stock. We started around $95 and we hit even the 155, 160 levels. We saw this 60% year-to-date numbers. After hitting $165 all-time high, Then we had a correction and get back to $140 level. Now people are asking, should we take this advantage of correction? Is it buy the dip opportunity? According to analysts, there may be more downside ahead. Semiconductor company Advanced Micro Devices is down approximately 13% month to date. AMD's momentum is nothing short of remarkable. At the moment they are trading around 11.1 price to sales ratio and 42 price to earnings ratio. Analysts think that that's not expensive at all, giving AMD's expected growth for 2022. Recently, AMD's management has upgraded its revenue growth guidance to 65% from 60% for the full year. So can AMD stock go even higher? Moving forward, it may be tougher to maintain such levels of growth due to competitive pressures from Apple, Nvidia, and Intel. Supply chain issues have been a major sore spot for the chip makers, and AMD has not been immune. They still have done a respectable job of navigating through industry headwinds. Although Intel has very ambitious plans to regain its lead in 2025, AMD will fight back, of course. Intel recently changed its CEO, so we will see what he will bring. CEO of AMD, Lisa Su, is still there and she is still continuing to impress with these growth numbers. However, Intel isn't the only competitor. They are really good at PC-based CPU, but GPU power of Nvidia and Apple chips can become more significant threats over the decade. The rise of the metaverse will bring forth an increased need for GPUs, in other words, graphics processing power. Nvidia is the market leader there, and M-series chips of Apple can toughen the competition. However, we don't see that positivity in the operating margins. Looks like due to this high competition with Nvidia, Intel and Apple, they cannot raise the prices, so this operating margin stays the same. Similar to Micron, we are expecting a weak Q1 numbers, then we will have a better in Q2 and Q3. Analyst targets are ranging from $113 to $180, but it is in average $140. So according to analysts, there is no upside potential. But does that mean can it go lower? If we have a look at the stock price, I want to remind you that this stock was $85 in July and it hit $165 in December. As you see, we are in this bullish channel having higher highs over the time. In general, we see that AMD stock can always come to this blue line, 100 days average, and looking at this channel formation, the stock price can go even lower, around $130, $125. I think it's a good bargain to buy from $125. This is not investment advice, please do your own research. What do you think about AMD stock? Would you buy the stock from here or wait for $125? Are you bullish on AMD? Let me know your price target and opinions in comment down below. Let's continue with Nvidia stock. Nvidia stock is now at $301 and $750 billion market cap. With metaverse news from Facebook, we had a hype in the stock and the stock price reached $346. Since then we had a 10 to 15% correction. Now people are asking, should we buy it, because they see this run and they think that it will continue to run. In my previous video, I made a detailed analysis of Nvidia. You can have a look at this video in our YouTube channel. Due to this metaverse news and chip shortages, now everybody is looking at Nvidia and want to buy it. Nvidia is long-term play regardless of ARM outcome. Nvidia's Q3 revenue grew by 50% year-over-year, beating analyst estimates by $290 million. Furthermore, Nvidia's data center revenue also reached record numbers with 50% year-over-year growth as a result of strong demand by hyperscale customers. Looking ahead, Q4 revenue projected to come at $7.4 billion and gross margins between 65 to 67%. 65% gross profit margin is amazing. What about the ARM acquisition? First of all, I need to mention that ARM is a core supplier of architecture technology to most semiconductor companies. Instruction set of ARM is at the core of nearly all mobile processors powering smartphones, including those made by Apple and Android devices that use Qualcomm chips. So basically, ARM company is one of the most important company for semiconductor makers. The Federal Trade Commission is suing to block Nvidia's $40 billion acquisition of ARM from SoftBank on antitrust grounds. So the Federal Trade Commission wants to block that because they want to have a healthy competition. The proposed merger would give Nvidia the ability and incentive to use its control of this technology to undermine its competitors, reducing competition and ultimately resulting in reduced product quality, reduced innovation, higher prices and less choice. We will see if Federal Trade Commission manages to block Nvidia's $40 billion acquisition of ARM. This will definitely postpone the plans of this acquisition of Nvidia, and first trial will be around the next year August. Similarly, if you have a look at the yearly revenues of Nvidia, here you see a very strong revenue growth. And operating margins around 45-50% gives them a really good profitability. In 2024, we are expecting $12.4 billion net profit. The average Nvidia price target is around $360, which represents 20% upside potential. So, should we buy the Nvidia stock now or wait for more correction? This metaverse news, chip shortages and stock splits made the Nvidia 3x in this year. Investors love this company and this performance, and they are looking for entry points. As you see, Nvidia stock price touches this blue line, 100 days moving average time to time, here and here. We can expect the next touch around this time. This also corresponds to $260 Fibonacci levels. I don't know if the stock price falls there, but if we come back to $260, $240 levels, then it's a good buy opportunity. It's for sure a really good company, but they have also a $750 billion market cap. Eventually, I believe that they can hit $1 trillion market cap, but right now it is risky to buy it. If we see a huge correction in the first quarter of 2022 in general stock market, then we can take the opportunity to buy Nvidia. As late night stocks, we will continue to monitor these semiconductor makers and give you the recent updates. Let me know your entry point and opinions about this video in comment down below. Thank you for watching until the end. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell. See you in the next videos.